Okay, it's time for room number 4 of the 1936 farmhouse renovation. We're going to start right here with the original fireplace. They built these little shelves with tongue and groove, actually, around the fireplace. This ladder goes all the way to the ceiling, was the original entrance for the attic. And right there, there's a little plate there. I'll show it to you in a minute. But that is where they used, they put the stovepipe for their wood burning stove. The doors, don't know where they got these teeny tiny doors, and the knobs are very high. The room is 12 across to the bathroom there on the right. That was added later. We are going to take that down by 13 and a half, which is a strange, 13 and a half. I thought it would have been 12 by 14. But anyway, that is the size of the room. I got most of the carpet up. The carpet is layer 1. Layer 2 is the padding. Layer 3 was nail board everywhere. I have never seen so many nails in my life. Got that up. Layer 4 is green linoleum. Layer 5 is a brown linoleum that I discovered in those two little closets. And layer 6, is it 6? Is the original hardwood. No. Layer 6 is 3/4 inch plywood underneath that. And layer 7 is the original hardwood floors. As you can see, sand. Oh my gosh, sand everywhere. This closet on the right, I'm taking that one totally out. We won't have that. We'll have a wardrobe or something. But there was sand, so much sand that it filled up I have an orange bucket that's actually a feed bucket. It was half full of sand. Just sand from between the carpet and that first linoleum. That wasn't even counting all of the wallboard that I pulled out and all of that chalky stuff and debris. But I finally got that out. If nobody knows what that tiny little brown box is stuck to the wall there, y'all, that is a telephone box. You plug your telephone in there, and that was one of those old-fashioned ones. And if you look between the window and that little box, the light socket is sideways. I'm not sure why that is, but all of them in the house are like that. So it must have been just a thing then. So at one time, the carpet was so bad that it just ripped freely. And let me tell you, my back's aching and my knees are hurting. But I did all of this deconstruction myself. There was a couple of boards at the very end. I asked my husband to help me pull them loose. We were trying to save as much of the original boards that were around the framework, because they were really nice oak boards. So we were trying to save what we could so that we could have some of the original house when we get done. We will completely take all of the chalkboard off the whole room. It's going to be gutted. We'll replace the window. And that straight in front, that white wall there, that little piece, that is the bathroom that they converted a closet out of, and they made a bathroom. All of that is going. And so this will be one very large room with our office on one end and my sewing machine and, my crafts. That'll be all in one end. And I just thought, I'm going to sweep up this dirt. I want to see how much of this. And it's not really dirt. It is sand. And this is why I do not like carpet. I will never have carpet in my house again, just because of this, just dirt that builds up underneath that padding. And no matter what kind of cleaning you do, it will stay there, and it'll just, I just don't like it at all. I don't like to say I hate something, but I detest carpet. So clean them up. I'm going to clean them up. Oops, I got my work pants on. Had a little accident there. But so this is only half of the room I have stacked up. I've already taken the rest of it out. My office chair, and I just keep moving that around the room, and my desk that's turned on its side. And I sit in that chair occasionally when I need it. So the next thing that I'm going to do will be taking up the carpet board there, the nail board. Oh my gosh. Talk about nails. I've never seen so many nails. And long. They're not just little short nails. There's some nails that are like 3 inches long in places that don't need that. And screws too that are that long. So it must have been just what they had on hand, but it sure is making it hard for me to get it, cleaned up. I just keep all of that sand. That was a major pathway there, and that's what was holding most of the sand was the major pathways. It just kept going through the carpet and collecting. And no matter what you did, it's going to stay there. So you can see all that I'm cleaning up. I just couldn't stand to walk on it. It was so gritty, and I just couldn't stand it. So it was a little chilly this morning. Our temperature was around 45 when we first got up. And there is no heat. And, of course, there's no air in the house. There hasn't been for a year. We've lived with it that way. There is the next layer, that brown. Actually, it wasn't too bad. But here is it's like where the splices was at with the linoleum. Oh, my gosh. Y'all, look at the nails. I had to tear that up to get it out. So this is that ladder that goes up to the attic. You can see all the way to the top. That's a pretty steep ladder. I'm not sure I could climb that. And look how far apart those rungs are. So that brown, it's supposed to look like stone and pebbles, I guess. So that was underneath the green. And I may not even take it up. I may just take up the 3/4 inch plywood. And there's the original floor. So I started taking out the shelving, and I'll finish that. And this is that splicing. Oh my gosh, that was rough. That was rough, and you can tell I mangled it because I could not get. And every one of those nails were so old, the heads popped off. So now later I'm going to have to go back and try to pull those nails up out of the board if we end up saving that board. So but yeah, that is definitely hard. So here's that nail board. Look how many nails they used. Oh my gosh. And of course, they're all rusty. It's been a long time. But I had a lot of that. So I did it all the way around the room, got it all pulled up, which is definitely a chore. Did I mention that this is the last house I'm remodeling? Definitely. So I did this all the way around the room. I will have an aching back later. So next, after the wallboard, then I started taking the trim work up. And we had a visitor. He decided he wanted to come and see. His name is Trouble. My sister-in-law named him when she was visiting. That's Trouble. And these are all of everything that I pulled up. I took the closet apart. I took all of the wallboard out. That was really interesting too. So that was some little heater that was in the side of the wall. So it wasn't functioning. I don't know how long. So anyway, that's my pile of mess. I wouldn't let my husband clean it up because I said I was building my story here. I wanted y'all to see how much work I really did. This was the closet, so you can see how much I've done there. Now there is a door right there that will go into the bathroom that he's working on, which I'll have an update on that in the next video. So this is my mess. And this is a whole day's work, and I hope that y'all follow and get a good look at what I'm doing, and I'll keep you updated. See ya.